What is up, wrestling fans? Kayfabe Chronicles with your host, JP. Well, this Sunday is the final road to Wrestlemania. It is SmackDown Live presents Fastlane. What is some of the stuff that's going to happen? Who the heck knows? But I'm going to throw out my predictions as always, and it comes right now. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Kayfabe Chronicles live stream predictions video. As I said earlier, it is Fastlane this Sunday, and it's going to be fun. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be fun. SmackDown, I'm usually the SmackDown fanboy, and there's lots of good stuff, a lot of good matches lined up. But of course, everybody, if it is your first time here, please stick around for a little tiny bit. Stick around and participate in our chat room. I see we already got some people writing in there, and it is the legendary Gibosh. How's it going, my friend? How is it going, my friend? Good to see you. And as always, make sure to follow our Facebook page and check out that Twitter account. And of course, like, share, and subscribe. So of course, we are talking about Fastlane. That's right, the road to WrestleMania starts and ends with Fastlane. And I'm going to read the chat room, because I see there's some stuff going on. Let's take a look. Okay, well, you didn't miss a whole lot, Craig. You didn't miss a whole lot. As you can see, I got hit in the eye at work. I am fine. It is healing well. Most likely, Roman told you. But yeah, of course, if you guys are new to this channel, we talk about just whatever. Feel free to participate in the chat room. But yeah, like I say, Fastlane is this Sunday. I actually really like this poster. I am really actually a fan of this one. I think this one turned out pretty good. Good job. Good job, WWE. All right, so the first match we're going to talk about, I actually don't have a current slide for it, but hey, that's kind of old. But it's Becky Lynch and Naomi taking on Natalya and Carmella in a tag team match. As you guys probably know, Natalya is no longer the champion, and James Ellsworth no longer works for the company. But this is the only picture I could find, because they just pulled this match out. To be honest, it's last-minute filler match. I think they just kind of made this because they don't really have a lot going on in regards to the division itself, or like the actual show itself. This is just kind of like, hey, we got some people left over. Let's get them in. I think the faces are going to go over in this one. I don't see, like, Natalya doesn't really have a lot to gain from this. Neither does Carmella. So, like, just give Becky Lynch and Naomi the win. We can all call it even. But I do think some shenanigans are going to happen a little bit later on, and I will get to that. But yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about this match. Like I said, they just kind of threw this in the last minutes, and I was like, okay, there's some other people on the roster that could have possibly been part of this, but let's just get that going. But yeah, I think the faces are going to take it. Let's get rid of this picture because it's probably confusing a heck of a lot of you. But while we're sticking to the tag teams, that's right, we got the Tag Team Championship. That's right, the Usos are defending against the New Day. The Usos called off the Us Truce in regards to them not fighting one another. Last time these guys fought, I believe, was at Hell in a Cell, which was one of the best matches of the year. It almost made my top 5 list. It came in like 7th. Like, it just missed the honorable mentions. It was a great match. This does have potential to be probably the match of the night, as it always is. Every single time these guys fight, just magic happens. Just pure magic happens. I think the Usos are going to retain, and I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to come out at the end, just beat the hell out of everybody, which is going to set the Bludgeon Brothers up at WrestleMania to maybe be like a triangle ladder match or something cool like that. But yeah, I think the Usos are going to win this one, and the Bludgeon Brothers are going to come out at the end and insert themselves into the tag team picture. Or if my dreams would come true, they would just combine the freaking tag divisions already, because like there's nobody. We have like 4 teams on each show. It doesn't make any sense. Just put the women on one show, put the tag division on another show. It's not rocket science, people. But yeah, this, I'm calling it, is definitely going to be the match of the night, though. Because every time, said they're in the ring, just beautiful magic juiciness happens. All that good stuff. All right. We got the U.S. title between Bobby Roode and Randy Orton. Because there's no one else. Because every other person that's mid-card is in the world title match, and I will get to that a little bit later on. I think this is just literally because there's no one else to fight Bobby Roode right now. Like Randy Orton's kind of coming to the end of his career. Randy Orton's essentially like just the guy. But it's funny because Bobby Roode's older than Randy Orton. I think Roode's going to definitely take it. I don't see Roode dropping the U.S. title yet. Randy Orton doesn't need this win at all, but look at all the times where Randy Orton doesn't need the win and he still manages to get the win. But yeah, this is another filler match. I'm not really super hyped to see this one. But yeah, it's going to be good. Like, both these guys work really well. I like the feud that they've been kind of developing with each other in the storyline, but yeah, this one is not really like jumping out at me at like oh my god, I must see this. Like, if I do have to go to the bathroom during this point, I probably will take the bathroom break and it hurts because I really love Bobby Roode. I really enjoy watching Bobby Roode. I know you're not super hyped to see any of them, Kiwash. You are not a wrestling fan, but yet you watch my stuff. Hey, what is up, Robert? What is up? Yeah, I will agree. I got a 30-second delay running right now. Just my computer's not the strongest, per se, so I've cut down the frames per second, cut down the delay so it runs a little bit smoother. Trust me, if I had it back to the old settings, it would look like... And like the clock in the background would be like flipping. But yeah, Roode's taking this one definitely for sure. Okay, another match. I don't have the card. I couldn't find one, but I do have them fighting each other. So that's pretty good. We can go with that. But it's Rusev versus Shinsuke. I want to see this. This is going to be so freaking good. Pretty much the storyline, just in regards to this, is just Rusev is the most over guy on the SmackDown roster right now. Like, he gets a higher pop than AJ Styles, and that's not even humanly possible. And he's mad that he's not in the world title picture or even getting a title shot. So he's challenged Shinsuke Nakamura, which of course everyone knows has the world title opportunity at WrestleMania. I think it's going to be a great match. I don't see Shinsuke losing going into WrestleMania. And if Rusev loses, it's not going to hurt his popularity. But it's going to be a freaking awesome balls-to-the-wall match for sure. Shinsuke's going to win this one. But, I'm glad that they've noticed the popularity of Rusev. And he's in. I do see Rusev in the main title picture SummerSlam-ish. Because, like his shirts are the number one selling shirts right now. The audience loses their mind every single time he comes out. He's probably the most watched person on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff right now. He's so beyond over. So it'd be stupid for WWE not to pull the trigger on him at some point. Just now's not the time because we got Shin versus AJ. How can we go wrong with that? But yeah, definitely gonna be a fun match to watch. I'm really interested in seeing this one. All right, we got Ladies Championship. We got Charlotte Flair defending against Ruby Riott, who of course will be accompanied by the Riott Squad. As I mentioned a little bit earlier in regards to my WrestleMania possible predictions, I'm without doubt going with Charlotte to win this one. It just makes the most sense. Ruby Riott, it doesn't make sense storyline wise. Like I said, Charlotte wins. She could either fight Becky Lynch. Because I mentioned in my predictions video that, Charlotte might cheat to win, and which will piss Becky Lynch off. But now there's kind of the storyline they've been doing on Monday Night Raw that Alexa Bliss is trying to open up a can of worms with Nia, which could result in them fighting at WrestleMania, which means Asuka would challenge Charlotte for the world title at WrestleMania, which would work. But then you also got to think Carmella still has the Money in the Bank. So is she going to cash in here? There's so many possibilities of what's going to happen here, because Charlotte could win and Carmella could come cash in, and therefore it'd be Asuka versus Carmella, which would be a horrible match. Nobody needs to see that. Oh, I'm really torn, but yeah, there's no way Ruby Riott is walking out of Fastlane with the title. It just does not make sense at all whatsoever. It's going to be a good match though. Like Ruby Riott, I've been a fan of hers since her Shimmer days when she was Heidi Loveless. I think she was great back then. She's really improved. As for the rest of the Riot Squad, I like Sarah Logan as a wrestler. I hate her on the microphone. I like Liv Morgan on the microphone. I hate her as a wrestler. So you got Ruby Riott. But yeah. Charlotte's gonna win this one. Who knows what's gonna happen after though? Like I said, it's a complete random crapshoot. So much stuff can possibly go on. And of course, we're gonna close off Fastlane with the title match, which we will talk about very soon. We're gonna go to the chat room. When did more women start wrestling? I never remember this. Good question. Good question. Okay, great. Time for a quick little history lesson. Okay, about 2.5, 3 years ago, like prior to like right now, there's the thing that's called the Women's Revolution. It is the best. It is the best women wrestling that we've had in a long time. Like back during like the Attitude Era, you had a couple decent wrestlers, and then after that, it was pretty much if you're a bikini model and you look somewhat good, you will become a women's wrestler. Like Vince was just very notorious for hiring women based on their looks and no skill. Like, you know, I'm looking at you, Kelly. I'm looking at you, Tori Wilson. I'm looking at you, Eva Marie. Like, I'm looking at that group. And a lot of times, the matches themselves were like, you know, like bathroom breaks. Like, you know, they'd wrestle for a couple minutes, tear each other's clothes off. The crowd would get all excited, and that was it. So there was a match. It involved the Bella Twins, and I think it was Trish and Lita. It was the Bella Twins for sure. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a really quick match. Like, it was like, you know, boom, like 30 seconds and done. And immediately after that, just social media just erupted with like hashtag give women's wrestling a chance, because we were just flat out sick and tired of like just these horrible women's matches, because we knew that these women had skill. So then that kind of started getting the ball rolling, when maybe we should start investing a little bit more time actually seeing what these women wrestlers can do, and not just have them as pointless eye candy all the time. So yeah, they started kind of scouring the globe and picking up talented female wrestlers. And of course, then the Women's Revolution just absolutely exploded. Like, you know, like Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks went from NXT because they were killing it down in NXT along with Bayley and some other women wrestlers. So a lot of them moved up to the main roster, and that's when it really took off. The women's wrestling started getting into the mainstream. It was now becoming the best part of the events. Like one of my favorite matches from 2 years ago, I will always proudly say it is Sasha Banks versus Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1. Watch it. Give yourselves a treat. It is absolutely phenomenal. And it just kept rolling after that. Like the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship was great. Paige, when she moved from NXT over to the main roster, she was absolutely great. Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, like just all of their matches. And like the women's matches have been getting to be the better thing of each show. Every single time there's a women's match, you kind of stop what you're doing and watching it. And like lately, the women have been doing more. Like, you know, they had their first ever Hell in a Cell match. They had their first ever Royal Rumble recently. They had their first ever Money in the Bank. So like the women are kind of getting the main forefront right now, and it's well deserved. Like when you actually watch the wrestling, it is great. The Mae Young Classic tournament earlier this year, great. Like a 32 woman tournament. Like check it out. It was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, like I said, like the women's wrestling is probably my favorite part of a lot of the shows now, and whenever it's on, I don't look away. But yeah, so yeah, to answer your question, Craig, yeah, it's just in regards to, yeah, the women wrestlers are actually really good now compared to what they used to be. So there you go. I hope I could somewhat explain that. Sorry if I rambled on and I lost a ton of viewers there, but yeah, there we go. I keep forgetting what side these screen. It's opposite. So yeah, so now we're going to talk about the main title picture. It's the six-pack challenge, because we just keep adding freaking people. Originally it was supposed to be AJ versus Sammy versus Kevin in a triple threat. But then they didn't have anything to do with Baron Corbin, and they didn't have anything to do with Dolph Ziggler, so they inserted them into the storyline. And then John Cena had nothing to do, so they inserted him into the storyline. So now it's a six-pack challenge. Granted, it's 6 of the best guys on the roster right now. Don't get me wrong. These 6 guys, if I was to have 6 dudes in the ring, this would be them. My issue with multi-man matches, though, is it's very hard to shoot, and it's very hard to keep the audience's mind on it. Like the issue is, like, like you have 6 guys. How is the camera going to be able to film all 6 guys? Usually what it is 2 guys fight in the center of the ring while the other 4 of them powder out and pretend to be hurt for the entire time. Everyone always says that more is better. I like to cap out at like 3 or 4. That's where I draw the line. The Marine 45. And you know what? Once The Miz took over in the Marine movies, they actually got really good. I crap you not. Like, the Miz Marine movies are like... they're not. Way better than Ted DiBiase Jr. Ooh, don't even mention the Marine 2. That is, like, unwatchable. Marine 1, okay. 2, ugh. 3 onward, hell yeah. I'm looking forward to the Marine 6 because Becky Lynch is in it. Becky's my gal. Love her. So, yeah. With this match now, like... AJ has to win. AJ has to win for the sheer fact that we need AJ versus Shin at WrestleMania. We cannot afford to have any other match besides AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura. If they even remotely change what this match can be, there's going to be a riot. Stuff's going to blow up. People are going to burn. There's going to be anger and hatred and all this other crap. So AJ has to freaking win this match. I don't even know if my heart could take it if AJ doesn't win this match. But this does open up a lot of other stuff. Because like on SmackDown last week, Sammy turned on Kevin Owens in the five-way match. Like, Sammy kicked Kevin Owens in the face and pinned him and won the match. So where does that set them up? I think they're going to fight each other brutally in this match. And that's going to set them up at WrestleMania. So boom, that covers them. John Cena. Who knows where John Cena's going at WrestleMania? Like, you keep saying, oh, John Cena's not going to have a match. Who knows? Maybe The Undertaker will come out and, like, cost John Cena the match. But we don't know where John Cena is going for WrestleMania, so I don't know what John Cena's doing. I think he's just here just because they're like, we need to put John Cena somewhere. As for Corbin and Ziggler, I love you guys, but y'all just filler for this match. You are all just filler. Ziggler, I think he's just going to continue jobbing to the stars, and Corbin, his time will come soon, by the end of the year. Like, him and Rusev, I think, are next in line. But yeah, gonna be a good match. I'm going to enjoy the living crap out of this match. It's just, please, we need AJ Styles to win for the love of all that is holy. I don't know what I'll do if AJ Styles doesn't win. I will just be completely shocked and all that stuff. Alright, so that is what I have in regards to Fastlane. It's a mid-month filler pay-per-view, not a lot going on it. Pretty minor, pretty simple, only a couple matches, which is good, because it sets us up for WrestleMania. But the thing is it going to set us up for WrestleMania? That is the main concern, But yeah, as always, I'm going to check it out on Sunday, and then I'll do my live stream right after to discuss the matches and all of that good stuff. So yes, normally you said we have our live stream on 8 p.m. Central on Sundays. Since there's the pay-per-view, we will be coming a little bit later, 10:30 Central I'm aiming for. So mark it on your clocks, hit that bell to make sure you get notified. If you like what you saw, make sure crush that like button and subscribe. And also remember, hit us up with the Facebook and the Twitter account. I'm going to check the chat room one last time before we sign off. Okay, what is the running time for these events usually? It varies. The Big Four, the actual event itself is 4 hours usually, unless it's WrestleMania, then it's all freaking day because Vince hates everybody. Total time with the pre-show and the show itself, the Big Four, so Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, you're looking at 4 to 6 hours. And these mid-month filler ones are anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 hours around that mark there. So like I say, Fastlane starts at 7 o'clock Central, our time, and it said it's going to be done probably about 10:30-ish, I'm hoping. WrestleMania will start tomorrow and will end at the end of April. No, I'm not kidding. Like, those events are so freaking long. But yeah, all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for participating in my beautiful chat room. And also for just sticking around. But like I said, yeah, please like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. And of course, This is JP from Kayfabe Chronicles, and I will see you guys after Fastlane. Take care and have a great night.